Oh, and welcome back to New York Mets baseball. My name is James E. Heenan. I'm both the GM and the manager of the team. We've been on a very hot streak lately, so when we streamed last, the team had a really good run. We played the Washington Nationals at Nationals Park in Washington, and then followed that up with a 4-game series at Turner Field in Atlanta. We were able to win all but one of those games, so it was an excellent run of baseball. We were getting both good pitching and good hitting the entire way. We were hoping to have this sort of result, of course, as we're trying to clinch the NL East. The Phillies sort of trucked right along with us for most of the week until the Saturday game. They did lose one game to the Cubs, or otherwise they had basically the same results that we did. So they didn't give us too much help in terms of reducing the magic number. It does sit at 12, so we're at 88 and 55, 7.5 games up on the Phillies. So basically, we're going to try to play through the next 2 series this evening and see how it goes. We actually just finished a road trip that was so 3 in Miami, 3 in Washington, and then 4 in Atlanta for a total of 10 games on the road. So we've just gotten back into Citi Field. We will be facing the Miami Marlins to start things off, who they're actually mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and they're in the basement of the division, 29 games out of first. So we hope that these games should be pretty easy, but you never want to get ahead of yourself when it comes to Major League Baseball. We played them last weekend, and that was at Marlins Park, and they took 2 of 3 from us. So we're definitely going to be sending out our best lineups. We have called up a few of our prospects from AAA because the rosters did expand on the 1st of September. But we're going to be sticking to our starters for the most part until we actually do clinch the division, and we're going to try to do that as quickly as we can. We will be hoping that the Phillies run into some slumping baseball coming up here. They've got they're going to be playing the Nationals and the Braves though, so we'll see how that goes. And obviously, we can't count on them to lose. We've got to just take care of the baseball we've got in front of us and try to win the games that we're going to be playing in. So we will start things off with the Marlins. They're going to send Hisashi Iwakuma to the mound. He's coming in with a 45 on a 20 to 80 scouting scale. In his 28 times out to the mound this year, he has thrown 163 innings to a 3.81 ERA, sporting a 12-8 record. He's got 126 strikeouts to go along with his 42 walks. The rate numbers aren't too bad, so only 1 home run per 9. And it's not like he's given one up every game, although his movement would suggest that there is potential to hit a couple of balls out, and we do have some power on the team, so we're hoping we're going to be able to do that. We're going to counter with Yame Garcia. Yame had an excellent outing his last time out at Nationals Park, going 7 1/3 innings and not allowing a run. He did run into a little bit of trouble with the walk, so the control was a bit of an issue, but no runs on the board, and he was able to turn it over to the bullpen, and we did win that game 6-0. So great day for the pitching staff overall. Yamie has been a pretty reliable starter. He came into the team on a minor league deal and made the team, so he's got himself a 1-year major league contract that will expire at the end of the year. So we're going to be looking at negotiating an extension either by the end of this season or trying to sign him in free agency, somebody we want to have on the team next year, as he has performed pretty reliably for us. And he's only going into his age 30 season, so if I can get him on like a 2-year deal for a number that I'm happy with, we will go with that. And in terms of the bullpen, we are fairly rested. It is September, so we've got a couple extra arms available. Our closer won't be available today. He has pitched in the last 2 games, throwing a total of 37 pitches over those 2 outings. So we're not going to be able to use him, but we're going to have 2 of our more reliable arms in Glenn Perkins and Tom Wilhelmsen. Brad Peacock, also a very reliable arm out of the bullpen. He's at 67% fatigue, so we'll see how it goes in terms of using him. But we do feel pretty comfortable with the amount of rest we've got across the bullpen. When it comes to the hitters, so we've had some, obviously with the recent success we've had, we come in with a 6-game win streak. A few of our hitters have really been lighting it up lately. Mike Trout has been hot. He was actually he was not, I would say, cold during the month of August, but he wasn't on like a Mike Trout style hot streak at the time. So whenever Mike Trout's going well, we tend to be winning games. That really helps us. Miguel Gonzalez has been hitting in recent days. He is our star catcher in his rookie season with great ratings. decent catcher ability and that captain personality class. And then Rougned Odor is actually homered in each of his last 3 games, including a 4-for-5 effort in the last game in the Atlanta series. So we are feeling pretty confident sending him out there. The only trouble I'm going to run into is that I've got Addison Russell. He doesn't have 6 wins above replacement. This is showing a combo of AAA and Major League. Addison Russell hasn't spent that much time at the big club this season. Only 101 plate appearances, but he has been hitting since we brought him up September 1st. He spent much of the year in AAA, and then we brought him up September 1st as part of the roster expansions, and he's been hitting. I've also got Starlin Castro, who's the everyday shortstop, but is in his walk year. So those 3 guys, like, I got to find playing time for all 3 of them right now. I'm more inclined to have Russell and Odor out there because they are who I plan to have be the starters in 2016, but we'll see how it goes. We will move into this game, so it's going to be at Citi Field, so we're happy to get back to the home ballpark after 10 on the road. And we're going to draw a pretty nice crowd, a pretty standard crowd for what we've been drawing lately. 37,542 fans will come down to Queens to see the game at Citi Field. And we're going to put together a lineup here. So Donaldson will stay in our leadoff spot. Prince Fielder, we will give the day off since he does have, he's showing a bit of fatigue. So we'll give him the day off. And what we'll do is we will bring in Matt Davidson to play first base. So he's already actually been penciled in by the AI. It knows who I want. And I think what we'll do is we'll keep Rougned Odor in the lineup. He's got home runs in each of his last 3 games. So what we're actually going to do is stick him in the 6 hole, and then Davidson can hit 9. So what our lineup will be: Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez, Corey Dickerson, Starlin Castro, and Rougned Odor, and then Fowler, Davidson, and our pitcher Yamia Garcia. And he's going to work to the Miami Marlins lineup of Xander Bogaerts, Christian Colon, Mookie Betts. Like, they've got some hitters on this team. This is the reason why we had such a tough time with them at Marlins Park. Castellanos, Onofre, Kevin Pillar, and then Adam LaRoche, Ramon Cabrera, and Hisashi Iwakuma will round out the lineup for the Marlins. Let's get things underway at Citi Field. Trying to clinch at this point. That's the goal. So Yamia Garcia is going to work here to Xander Bogaerts. It's going to be a 2-1, or it's going to be a 1-2 to start things off. Always love to see the pitcher getting ahead of the hitters, and especially to start the game. You take a look at the crowd at Citi Field. Here comes that pitch. So he's going to get Bogaerts to start things off. Great to see. 3-1 to Cologne. Odor ranges over, picks up the ball, and throws it over to first for the second out. Here's Betts. So Garcia does a great job in the first for us. Exactly what we're looking for. Picks up a couple of strikeouts. And Josh Donaldson will get things underway for the home New York Mets. The 1-0. Donaldson kind of just serves it out to right field there for the first out. Mike Trout will hit. So Trout's going to swing first pitch and get it down into right field for a base hit. The first base runner of the day. And Miguel Gonzalez will hit 1-2. He's not able to do much with that 1-2 offering and flies out to Betts. Oh, Dickerson gets a hold of one, but a very nice play by Adam LaRoche to keep that from being extra bases. And so the Marlins will get out of that one. So Garcia will see Castellanos, Onofre, and Kevin Pillar here in the second. He's able to induce a fly ball off the bat of Nick Castellanos for Mike Trout for the first out. Strikeout there. 1-0 to Kevin Pillar. That one's going to be in the air, but we'll hang up with Corey Dickerson for the third out of the inning. So we'll go to the top of the bottom of the second, and no score on the board. Starlin Castro, Rougned Odor, and Dexter Fowler for the Mets. One gone. Tough to expect him to hit another home run today, but I mean, he's got one in the last 3 days, so We'll see if the bat of Rougned Odor stays hot. Dexter Fowler hits it on the ground to the second baseman for the third out of the inning. So Garcia's going to face the bottom of the order here in the third. Hopefully he keeps cruising along here. 0-1 to LaRoche. Picked up by Castro and tossed to Matt Davidson for the out. Here's Cabrera. Cabrera's going to get into the hit column here with a little line shot to right field. Gets through the infield. Iwakuma will be trying to bunt. Gets it down in front of home plate. But we do get a double play out of it. Heads up play by Miguel Gonzalez, getting that ball down to second. Let's go. And Garcia will face the minimum. Davidson, Garcia, and Donaldson in the third. And Matt Davidson makes the most of his opportunity. He gets himself a start for Prince Fielder at first, and he hits the ball 400 feet on a 1-2 count. Straight into the stands. 1-0 Mets. Garcia is just going to line out to the second baseman. JD with his second trip to the plate, the 3-2. He's going to get a base hit down. Trout's not able to do anything there, so it'll be Miguel Gonzalez with Donaldson on first and 1 out, or 2 outs. Allen is going to hang up for the left fielder. So Garcia is back to the top of the order in the fourth. It's Bogarts, Colon, and Betts. Full count. On the ground to Castro. Played over to Matt Davidson. That's the first out of the inning. Full count to Christian Colon. It will miss, so he's going to go down to first with a walk. Garcia does get Betts to roll to the second baseman, Rougned Odor, but they only do get the lead runner there. Would have liked to see the double play, but was not possible. However, Miguel Gonzalez is able to get that ball down to second, throw out the stealing Mookie Betts for the third out of the inning. So Corey Dickerson, Starling Castro, and Rougned Odor will stand in here against Iwakuma. Only on 43 pitches so far. Dickerson's down swinging. Castro hits it on the ground for the second out of the inning. Ruby put some wood on it, but it's going to stay in the yard and be the third out. Just a moment here. Sorry about that. So Castellanos, Sinafra, and Pilar here in the fifth for the Marlins. And Castellanos gets a hold of that one. That's going to be off the wall in deep center field. Will be extra bases. So Garcia's got to be careful here. The runner in scoring position. He's able to induce a fly ball to center there for the first out of the inning. Pilar swinging first pitch on the ground. Starling Castro has it. That's the second out. So Admiral LaRoche will stand in with Nick Castellanos on second base. And he's going to serve it out to left, and that's going to score a run. Looks like it was a throwing error. We didn't really get a good shot of that in game, but it looks like that was a throwing error on behalf of Corey Dickerson. So it's going to be a tie ball game. Ramon Cabrera standing in against Garcia. He serves it out to center, and Mike Trout is there with a nice sliding catch for the third out of the inning, but the Marlins do score a run and tie the game. So Fowler, Davidson, and Garcia at the bottom of the order versus Sashi Iwakuma. Just going to do a quick line check. So Garcia has only gotten 59 pitches with just the one walk, 3 hits, and a run. I think we're just going to keep him in there and let him swing the bat here in the fifth. That ball misses, so Fowler's going to trot down to first. We got a base runner. And Matt Davidson, who had a home run his first time up, is going to take a shot here, but he will hit into a 4-6-3 double play. So he erases the situation we had started, and Yame Garcia will stand in. 2 outs. He will just go down swinging. So we got a ball game here. It's 1-1 going into the top of the 6th. Garcia will face Iwakuma, Bogarts, and Cologne here. Gets Iwakuma to hit a soft fly ball out to right field for the first out. Bogarts swinging first pitch. Gets a hold of it. That one's going to be off the base of the wall in left center field. Mike Trout gets the ball, gets it into the cutoff man as Xander Bogaerts slides into second with a double. So now he's in scoring position. 61 pitches so far for Garcia. Going to get Tom Wilhelmsen to start tossing a ball around in the bullpen. It's Christian Colon will bat. He hits it on the ground to Odor, who is able to retire Christian Colon. So it's Mookie Betts with Bogarts on third. Let's see if Garcia can get through him here. He does walk Betts. Now Castellanos really got a hold of a ball last time. I think that's going to be it. We've got so many arms in the bullpen. Garcia has already given us 5 2/3, so that's plenty. And Tom Wilhelmsen is going to try to get us out of this, and he does. So he comes up with the big strikeout that we were looking for. We put him in that spot to do that very thing, and he's able to do it. The top of the order will bat here in the 6th. And we're actually going to keep him going. Although I may get some activity from Perkins as well happening in the bullpen. But we're going to keep Wilhelmsen going in the 7th as Donaldson hits the 1-1. Here's Trout. Trout unloads on that pitch. That's going to go about 7 or 8 rows deep in right field. Hits it the other way, and it's 2-1. Mike Trout, I believe that was 42nd of the year. Yeah, 42 bombs now for Mike Trout. Gonzalez and Dickerson are retired, though, so that's going to end the inning. So Wilhelmsen's going to work to the Marlins here in the 7th. Start things off with a ground ball out. Here's Pilar, 1-1. And that one served out to Fowler, who's there for the 2nd out of the inning. And Tom Wilhelmsen with the big strikeout gets him 1-2-3. So that's going to be it for the Miami Marlins in the 7th. And that will be it for Tom Wilhelmsen. We will have, well, let's see. As we are at the 7th inning stretch, I think Perkins will be our man. So Starlin Castro is going to hit. Kobe Lewis comes in to take over in the Miami Marlins bullpen. They had him start a game. I think it was the 3rd game. I think it was the Sunday game against Miami last weekend when we played them in Miami, and we crushed them. He could not get anything done. So hopefully it's a little bit more of the same here. We're able to run up the score in the 7th. He puts Odor on intentionally, and Fowler's going to hit with 2 on. Fowler hits it on the ground to the shortstop. It's played to second, but they'll only get just that force out at second. So Fowler reaches on the fielder's choice, and Castro moves up to 3rd for Matt Davidson. Davidson just swings through a fastball there. So we're going to get a pinch hitter in, and that pinch hitter will be Carlos Beltran in this spot with runners at the corners and 2 gone. And would you look at that? So Carlos Beltran comes off the bench, pinch hit, 3-run shot. And it's now 5-1 for the Mets. So this game went from very close, and you sort of had to walk on eggshells out there to, well, it's becoming a blowout. Josh Donaldson goes back-to-back with Beltran, and it is 6-1. Mike Trout stands in. He homered his last time, but he's going to miss a change up there for strike 3, so that's going to be that. Ben Perkins will come in to face Ramon Cabrera, the pitcher spot, and Xander Bogaerts in the top of the 8th. That's on the ground to Donaldson. Played over for the out. Daniel Park will come in, pinch hitting, and that's going to be hit over to the first baseman, Davidson. That's the second out of the inning. Xander Bogaerts will bat with nobody on and 2 outs. Full count coming. And another ground ball to the infield. This time it's Rougned Odor who's able to play it on to Davidson for the 3rd out. So Perkins does his job there. Now that we've got the 5-run lead, I think we can just probably go with like a Rich Wells to try to finish things off against Colon, Betts, and Castellanos in the top of the 9th. But Gonzalez is going to try to hit here first in the bottom of the 8th. He will strike out. Here's Dickerson. So 2 gone for Starlin Castro. And that's going to be that in the 8th inning. Rich Wells will come in here and try to close it out. He's got himself a strikeout. Face Betts, the 1-2. He's able to strike out Betts also. Let's go. So Nick Castellanos will be the last chance for the Miami Marlins. And Rich Wells strikes out the side to end the game. Excellent win. So that one was a close game much of the way until we were finally able to break that thing open in the 7th inning. So awesome job by the hitters to hang in there and then finally get to the Miami Marlins pitching staff. Damian Garcia getting a little bit of props in the write-up. Carlos Beltran's home run is, of course, going to get mentioned. Team ends up with 7 hits on the day, including a multi-hit effort from both Trout and Donaldson. And then we had the home runs from Davidson and Carlos Beltran. Yami Garcia ends up going 5 2/3, gives up a run on 4 hits with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. His ERA is going to sit at 2.73 after this, and he will be named the player of the game. Bullpen does a great job locking it down, taking care of the Miami Marlins as Game 1 finishes here at Citi Field. So that will move us on to the 15th of September. So we take the first game here. Let's take a look at how the Phillies did. The Phillies were able to keep pace with us, beating the Nationals 2-1. So that will leave us 7.5 games up on the Phillies. But because we did win our game, it does reduce that magic number down to 11. So we are inching closer and closer to that National League Eastern Division crown. The Red Sox and the Tigers are ahead of us in terms of magic numbers. Looks like the Red Sox have the best chance of being the first team to clinch here. But we are well on our way. And if you just take a look at like the pennant chase, like we don't have very difficult baseball coming up. These New York Yankees, who we'll face after the Marlins, are actually in the basement of the AL East, right? So they're 64 79. Not quite as bad as the Marlins record, but not a team who, should be putting up a huge challenge for us. So we look forward to that series as well. The Phillies don't have a tough schedule either, but we do have that 7.5 game cushion. So we are feeling pretty confident at this point that we are going to be able to clinch the division. We'll move into the second game. So they're going to have Jeremy Hefner on the mound. We saw Hefner back on the 4th of September, at which point he tossed 6 innings and gave up just 1 run versus us. It looks like he had a clunker, though, his time after that. So last time he went out, he faced the Brewers and only went an inning and 2/3. He was tagged for 8 runs on 8 hits and 3 home runs. Only 1 strikeout in that effort as well. So 3 home runs is obviously a pretty rough number. His movement's okay-ish, but he's been giving up at least 1 home run in his recent starts. He has very good control, so we can't expect too many walks out of him, and his rate numbers back that up pretty well. He has a 45 on that 20 to 80 scouting scale, so we'll see how this one goes. We should be able to hit him pretty well. We're going to counter with Vance Van Valkenburg, who was a trade deadline acquisition, so we'll see how that goes. Each of his last few starts have been pretty solid, at least serviceable anyway. Like we certainly, if we were scoring runs during any of those games, our bullpen would have been able to take the handoff after 5 or 5 1/3 and hold it down. It looks like we did lose 2 of the times that he went out, but was able to give us okay outings. This one's not the greatest, of course, with the dingers, but the last time out, not too bad. If he gives us 5 and 2 runs, we're happy with it. We traded away Adam Wainwright, who just was not performing very well at all, and replaced him with Vance Van Valkenburg. So we're gonna see how he does today. Quick check of the bullpen core. Costa is getting rested. He's probably not usable today. We still do have 5 arms, so we're okay. It's just Boschers and Bueno. They're guys we called up from AAA when the roster's expanded. So we try to avoid using those guys if we can. But we'll see how it goes here. Let's see if Vance Van Valkenburg can pitch us into a win. Miguel Gonzalez is going to need the day off, so we will have Jim Shumaki in there as the backup catcher, and he will start today. He's our backup catcher with nice catcher ability and nice home run pops. So we're hoping he can really help Vance Van Valkenburg in this start. Otherwise, no fatigue in the starting lineup, so we're going to kind of keep on running out our best guys. We will draw just another 37,000 plus crowd. 37,317 fans will attend the game at Citi Field. I think we'll have Dickerson in the 3-hole. Fielder can hit cleanup. Castro do yesterday. He did have that 1 double. Ruby had to walk. I want Russell in this game no matter what. I think I'll put him at second. Beltran had that big pinch hit home run, didn't he? I think I want to keep Carlos Beltran's bat in the lineup for now. Yeah, so we'll go with Donaldson, Trout, Dickerson, Fielder, Beltran, Castro, Russell, Shumaki, and Van Valkenburg for the lineup. Van Valkenburg is going to face the Miami Marlins lineup of Xander Bogaerts, Nick Castellanos, and Mookie Betts. Emilio Onofre is going to actually bat cleanup for them here today. He carries in 12 home runs and a 405 slugging, so interesting decision there. 726 OPS for him. And then Pilar, LaRoche, Colon, Gosnell, and Jeremy Hefner to round out that Marlins order. Bogaerts will stand in, lead things off. Vance Van Valkenburg will be working to him, and it looks like Bogaerts is going to be swinging first pitch. That is going to be hit into right field and will be a base hit. So Van Valkenburg working with traffic on the bases to start things off. He does get Castellanos to swing through a full count offering for a strikeout. And he follows that up by striking out Mookie Betts. Let's go. He then gets a ground ball to Addison Russell, who takes that over to the second base bag for the out. And so that's the first inning. Here's Donaldson, Trout, and Dickerson. Donaldson gets a good swing on that baseball for a base hit. So he's on first for Mike Trout. Trout grounds it to the shortstop. They do just get the lead runner. So a fielder's choice. Dickerson hits it into right field. I'm just going to keep Trout at second there. So we've got first and second. One gone for Prince Fielder. First pitch swinging. He hits it on the ground to the third baseman, who plays it on over to first base, but the runners Trout and Dickerson move up, so it's second and third for Beltran. That's strike 3. Beltran can't do anything with the runners in scoring position, so that'll end the inning. We head to the second. Pilar, LaRoche, and Cologne. We got a ground out and a strikeout for the first 2 outs quickly, and Kristen Cologne will hit with 2 on, nobody on. 1-1. That's on the ground, fielded by Fielder, who takes it over to the first base bag for the easy putout. And that's 3 outs, so we're heading to the bottom of the second. Castro, Russell, and Shumaki for the Mets. Starling Castro bangs that back up the middle for a base hit. Hefner's 50-45. Might think about running Castro in a second here. Addison Russell pops it up on the infield. It's going to be caught by LaRoche for the first out. So here's Jim Shumaki. I think I'm actually going to run Castro here in the Shumaki AB, but he will get thrown out just like that. So it's the wrong decision. Gosnell's able to cut him down. 2 gone. Here's Shumaki. Going to be a 1-2. Going to be played by the third baseman. And going to be the third out of the inning. So that's that. Jason Gosnell, Jeremy Hefner, and Xander Bogaerts to face Vance Van Valkenburg in the top of the third inning, the 0-1. Oh, what a play by Josh Donaldson. Let's go. 1 down. 1-0 to the pitcher. So the pitcher will loft a single into right field, and he's going to be on base for Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts hits it to Castro, though. Plays it on to Russell, who plays it on to Fielder. That's a 6-4-3 double play. We're out of the inning. That's the way to do it. Van Valkenburg, Donaldson, and Trout. Looking for the first run of this game still. Van Valkenburg hits it on the ground. Christian Cologne dives, makes the stop, gets to his feet, throws him on out, and that's a great play by the shortstop for the Marlins here. Donaldson strikes out, and Trout will be a ground ball to third, so 3 innings are in the books. And there's no score on the board. Castellanos, Betts, and Anafra. Full count. And they're quickly 2 away. That's 3. So another nice inning by Vance Van Valkenburg. He's now tossed 39 pitches, so less than 10 per inning on average through 4 innings, and he's just allowed the 2 hits, no walks. Very happy with the performance so far. Dickerson stands in the bottom half of the 4th. He's just going to hit it on the ground. Oh, but it won't be handled. Xander Bogaerts makes a little mistake at second base, and Corey Dickerson's going to get on. So here's Prince Fielder. Fielder puts wood on it, and it's going to get down in front of the right fielder. We will keep Dickerson at first. He did have to hold up a little bit there to see if that ball was going to be caught. So Carlos Beltran will stand in with 2 on and nobody out. Beltran, after hitting that big 3-run shot yesterday, is able to bash this one in the left center field gap. And maybe we will run Prince here. So there we go. So Beltran's able to cash in 2 runs with that. Beltran's on second with a double, and he clears the bases. Awesome job. There's another extra base hit down the third base line. That will score Beltran. So just like that, Starling Castro has made this a 3-0 game. Here's Russell. Line shot caught by Bogaerts. There's 1 away. Castro stands on second for Jim Shumaki. He's going to hit it in the air behind second base. We'll hang up there for the center fielder Betts. for the second out of the inning. So Van Valkenburg's going to get a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs. Not a lot of high hopes here. He does get some pretty decent wood on it, but hits it in the air to center, and it will be the 3rd out of the inning. So that's that for the 4th. 3-0 Mets. We go to the 5th. Pilar, LaRoche, and Cologne coming up. So Pilar gets on to start things off in the 5th. Van Valkenburg sitting on 41 pitches. We're not too concerned yet. And there is another runner cut down at second base. Let's go. Jim Shumaki gets the throw out. Not great catcher arm on him either. So the fact that we get that is a huge bonus. And Van Valkenburg follows that up with a strikeout of Adam LaRoche. So there are 2 gone. That looks like it's going to be an infield single, and it will be. Russell not able to make the throw. So Van Valkenburg's going to have to bear down a little bit. There's a runner on. He's got Jason Gosnell coming up, 0 for 1 on the day. That's more the result we expect to see from Jim Shumaki when he's trying to throw out a runner. Either way, though, Van Valkenburg gets the strikeout on Gosnell. We head to the bottom of the 5th. We're going to send up the top of the order. It'll be Donaldson, Trout, and Dickerson. Looking to tack on some runs. The 1-1 to Josh Donaldson comes in, hit on the ground with the shortstop Cologne. He's got it. Sends it over to first for the out. Here's Mike Trout. 1-2. 2 away. Dickerson gets a hold of that 2-2. That's into the left center gap. And they take a long time getting it into the infield, so Dickerson's going to have himself a triple. Let's go. His 8th on the season. That's a big number. I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading the league in triples. Have to take a look at that. Here's Fielder. He's going to try to cash him in, and he's able to do so. Base hit up the middle. Corey Dickerson comes home. So the Mets are serious. The team wants to clinch the division. They see that magic number dwindling. All right, so Van Valkenburg's going to face the pinch hitter Ferrara and then the top of the order. And that'll be Xander Bogaerts and Nick Castellanos. First pitch swinging by the pinch hitter, 9 for 27 so far. Not bad results out of that role. But we will get him here, and here's Bogaerts batting with 1 out, the 2-2. On the ground, but not played by Donaldson. Down the line, going to be extra bases. All right, so Bogaerts standing on second. He's got himself a double. Van Valkenburg, 62 pitches. No walks as of yet. We will get a little bit of activity going. Brad Peacock will start to toss the ball around just in case something like that happens. So that's going to be back-to-back doubles. It will make it a 3-run game. Last thing we need to see here is for this to come unraveled. So that's why I've got the activity beginning in the bullpen. Betts comes in 0 for 2. He does get a ground ball to Fielder, so that's 2 gone. This will likely be the last hitter. He gets a strikeout. So he's through 6 innings. It's 4-1 Mets. I think that's probably going to be the end of the line for him. Pretty strong day. Let's just quickly check. So Pilar's 1 for 2. LaRoche is 0 for 2. Cologne is 1 for 2. So the guys coming up in the next inning of all, well, 2 of them have hits. I think that's a good time to bring in Peacock. We'll just sit him down for now so he doesn't go to tiring. Ross Detweiler is coming into the game for the Marlins. And he's greeted with Starlin Castro hitting a single to right off of him. Detweiler's a little bit better at holding on runners. I don't think we need to test the arm again. Shumaki getting a chance here. popped up on the infield. Should be caught by the shortstop Colon, and it is. So, as we mentioned, Peacock's going to be coming in the next inning. I think there's an opportunity for us to give Rugi a pinch hitting chance here. He's been hot lately. He will just serve that 0-1 up to the left fielder out there, Pilar, so that's going to end the inning. But it remains 4-1 for the New York Mets. Brad Peacock will enter the game here. He is sporting a 3.2 ERA over 84 and 1/3 innings. He has 81 strikeouts and 35 walks, and he's going to face Kevin Pilar, Adam LaRoche, and Christian Colon in the top half of the 7th inning. That'll be a strikeout. Adam LaRoche gets a hold of one. Will it be extra bases? No, it will not. Carlos Beltran gets it in quickly and keeps him at first base. There we go. So Brad Peacock is able to induce a 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. And that will be that for the 7th. So we're going to head to the 7th inning stretch here. Let's see. I just want to check. I think maybe I'm just going to stick with Brad Peacock. Very little chances, spots coming up in the lineup. And if it does, we're more than happy to have somebody else pitch next inning, because we'll be winning by a lot more than we are now if all 9 hitters do come to the plate. Donaldson just goes down swinging. Trout goes down looking. Here's Dickerson, 2-1. Dickerson's going to get himself a base hit to right. So Prince Fielder will get a chance with Dickerson on first, but he just hits a little dribbler in front of home plate. Be played by the catcher Gosnell down to first base, and that's going to end the 7th inning. So like we said, I mean, we'll leave Brad Peacock in. He only tossed 9 pitches in the 7th inning. He's typically able to go an inning plus, sometimes 2 innings. So we'll see what he can do here. Facing the catcher Gosnell. Gosnell does hit a single up the middle, so not exactly what we were looking for. Daniel Park going to get a pinch hitting spot here. 1-2, Peacock mows him down. Here's Bogarts. Peacock mows him down too. Just going to start a little activity in that pen. Ryan Cook will be our guy, but we're hoping Peacock can just finish this off here, and he will be able to, as he gets Castellanos to hit one out to the right fielder. That's Carlos Beltran out there today, who is going to lead off the 8th. And let's see, who do we want? Marshall has probably not pitched in quite a while. I think we will give him the save opportunity. I know it's saying he's a little cold, but I mean, he's pitched sporadically, and he's a strong arm. If he gets into trouble, I think Costa's got 52% fatigue, so we can bring him in to do part of the inning potentially. I'm gonna start him when the inning begins, and then if Marshall gets himself into trouble, 2 or 3 hitters into that inning, we can bring him in. Castro, though, is gonna get himself a 2-base hit for Addison Russell. They're gonna put Russell on for Jim Shumaki. Ends up being the right decision as they do strike him out. Give me just 1 second here. All right, so we will be... Oh! That was only the second out. I thought that was the 3rd out. Apologies. Matt Davidson will be our guy. And he strikes out. So that's that for the 8th inning. So we're going to bring in Sean Marshall. And we are going to get Nikolai Costa just tossing a ball around. We hope to not need him, but we'll see. Marshall's going to work to Mookie Betts to start things off. Looking for a save and looking for a team win. Betts has other ideas, though, so he takes that 2-2 offering, hits it back up the middle for a base hit. And Wylan Rosario will stand in as a pinch hitter. The 0-1. Oh, man. So that... Oh, okay. That ball looked like it might carry right on out of the ballpark, but it does expire on the warning track in center field, and Trout hauls it in for the first out. 0-1 to Klar. Hit on the ground to Donaldson, played on to second. Lead runner retired. He won't have a chance to relay that to first, so only 2 away. Sean Marshall will work to Ramon Cabrera here. And that's hit in the air. Mike Trout is going to range over, catch that baseball. Sean Marshall will pick up the save. However, it looks like he got injured there. That's not what we're looking for. That's the second injury to our bullpen in the month of September. We've had Jordan Lyles go down as well, so we'll have to look at the severity of that. That's no good. Vance Van Valkenburg and Carlos Beltran getting a little bit of play in the write-up to end the game. We manage 11 hits as a team. Starlin Castro goes a perfect 4 for 4. And just imagine, we were thinking about not playing him in this game, so that works out great. Fielder gets a couple of hits. Corey Dickerson has a 3-hit effort, along with scoring 2 runs. So some nice efforts across the team there. And Vance Van Valkenburg goes 6, gives up 1 run on 6 hits. He strikes out 7 while walking none. Excellent job by him. Peacock does a nice job, along with Sean Marshall, who has has an inning and picks up his 9th save of the season. Vance Van Valkenburg going to get himself the Player of the Game honors. So we've actually just reached the day. So September the 16th is the day where the draft pool will be announced. Has been announced. We're going to take a quick look at that. I'm just concerned with my reliever, so I just want to check on Sean Marshall here. Okay, so he's only day-to-day with hand soreness. It's going to be a week before he's able to pitch again. It says it only influences his throwing minimally, but because we're in September and we've got what we've got in terms of arms, we're probably just going to try to avoid using them throughout that time. Costa can close the next game. Peacock potentially could be used, but we'll try to avoid it. As we are going to go for a sweep of the Miami Marlins after winning the first 2. So we continue our good stretch of baseball. We're now on an 8-game winning streak. We're going into this game with Miami. One of the nice features of this game is an off day will follow this game. So we don't have to be as careful with the bullpen as ordinarily we might need to be. We've just played a very long stretch of baseball, 13 games in a row without an off day. So this off day on the 17th is huge. And then we're going to have, another 10 games before we've got an off day. So we'll just see how that goes. We hope to have clinched the division before we hit that off day on the 28th of September. And speaking of clinching the division, we take a look here. We have some good news as we see the standings. The Phillies are now 8.5 games back. That tells us they lost their game. They did 2-1. So having won our 90th game versus Miami and the Phillies losing their game, that is going to take the magic number down to 9. So any combination of Phillies losses and Mets wins that add up to 9 will clinch the division for us. So we are closing in on that. And we are going to continue against a pretty lowly ball club here in the Miami Marlins for Game 3. Let's take a quick look at this rookie draft pool, though. We unfortunately, because we're playing so well, right now we would be picking 28, so it's not like the guys who are at the top of the pool are going to mean too much to us. So there's Bregman, Judge, Matt Olson's coming up this season, Carlos Correa, Benintendi, Josh Bell. We are going to be Trevor Story there. We're going to be much more interested in our in the pitchers, as we do want to stock our farm with some pitchers. Just to kind of take a look at the starters. Julio Urias coming up, Clevenger. We'll have to see who's still going to be available kind of late, but we will be looking at trying to take a starting pitcher early in this draft class. Hopefully we can take a couple who are going to end up being guys who can come up, but we'll have to see how that goes. It's hard to say. Gonna be playing very. Oh, there's Barrios there. Lots of guys coming up. Gonna be paying very close attention to that as we move into the off season. But certainly always exciting to see the draft pool. We'll have our scout all over that for sure. We've been live here for about 50 minutes, so we're definitely going to continue and finish off this Miami Marlins series. Like I said at the beginning, we're going to just try to finish the Marlins series and then play the games with the Yankees. The Yankees will be coming across town to see us at Citi Field for 3. So I think I'm going to play up to the 20th of September here and then call it a night. But that means we will move on to the game with the Miami Marlins to close out the series here. The Marlins are so they're going to have Chris Archer on the mound. I think we saw him recently. We did. He only went 4 1/3, giving up 1 run and 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. That was a game that they actually beat us in. So we're hoping to have a better result here. We actually hit the 38,000 mark for once and draw 38,020 fans to the ballpark. Zach Greinke will be taking the mound for us. He's coming off some nice outings. So he went 7 3 outings ago and didn't give up a run. Then he went 5 1/3 and 1 run, and then 5 2/3 and 2 runs his last time out. He's been having some nice strikeout numbers along the way. He's coming off a 2014 Cy Young campaign. 2015 hasn't been nearly as solid. He had a rough stretch in the month of May and June, but looking pretty good here in his recent starts, ending August and then starting off his September strong. So he's going to take the ball here. We're hoping for good results from him. We can see the bullpen's in a decent spot with Boschers, Bueno, Cook, and Wilhelmsen ready to go. We did take a look at this just a few minutes ago. Costa can come in potentially and close the door. And then Brad Peacock is probably good for 1 or 2 outs along the way here today at Citi Field. For the lineup, we have Gonzalez back. That's always a bonus for us. Beltran had another big hit yesterday. So we are potentially going to put him back into the lineup, although Dexter Fowler has been hitting as of late too. Actually, I think I might just stick with Fowler in there on second thought. Russell did play yesterday. He had the offer, so we will have Rougned Odor back in there at second base. He, of the recent success, hitting 3 home runs in 3 games on the 8th, 11th, and 13th of September. So we're hoping he can return to that form as we face the Miami Marlins at Citi Field in the 3rd game of the series. We're going for the series sweep, and we're going to try to reduce the magic number. So Zach Greinke, he's going to face Xander Bogaerts, Nick Castellanos, and Mookie Betts, same 3 as yesterday. Anafra, Pilar, and LaRoche. And then Christian Colon, Jason Gosnell, and Chris Archer will round out that Miami Marlins lineup. Greinke's going to work to Bogaerts. It's going to be a 2-0 to start the game here for Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts is able to single to get the game started for the Miami Marlins. So there will be a base runner. The 0-1 to Nick Castellanos. On the ground to Castro, played on to second to Odor, and he plays on to first. That's 2, so Greinke quickly erases that base runner. There's another ground ball. This one back to Greinke, played on to first, so that's going to be the inning. Greinke faces the minimum in the first. It'll be Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez. The bottom. 2-2 to Donaldson is just watch for strike 3. Here's Mike Trout. Trout is not going to watch that pitch, though. Hammered into the second deck in left center field. That's 465 feet away from home plate for Mike Trout. That's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. Miguel Gonzalez to bat here. Swinging first pitch. Looks like he's going to get it down for a base hit. So Dickerson will get a chance here with 1 on. And that ball's going to get down. So the boys are making good contact here versus the Marlins in Game 3. fielder will go down looking, and it's going to be Dexter Fowler's batting with Gonzalez on second and Dickerson on first. Full count offering comes in, and it will be watched for strike 3. So that's that, but the Mets do get a run on the Mike Trout blast, who now has 43 on the year, and it's 1-0 Mets going to the top of the second. Greinke's going to come home. It's the 3-1. Always a bonus when they swing 3-1. I love it. That's not a bonus, though. So Donaldson plays the grounder, but he throws it away. And so Emilio Anafra will get on for Kevin Pillar. Here's Zach Greinke's 1-1. Pillar's going to get a base hit down, so the Marlins are stringing a couple of hits together. 2-2 to Adam LaRoche with 2 on. On the ground to Odor, played onto the covering shortstop at second, but that's all they'll get. It's going to be runners on the corners with 1 gone for Christian Colon. 2-0. And Colon pokes it through the infield into right field. That will score a run and tie the game. And Adam LaRoche is actually going to go over to third base on the play, so it will remain runners at the corners. This game's now tied, and there's only one away. Greinke the 2-1 to Gosnell. And Gosnell got a hold of one. Just expires on the warning track right in front of the wall. It's going to score LaRoche. It is the second out. So it's 2-1 Miami, and the pitcher will be up. Hopefully we can get out of it here. So we are fortunate enough to get out of it at that spot. Starlin Castro will hit, and Archer's going to see the bottom of the order in the second. So the Marlins do have the lead at this point. However, Starlin Castro says, we don't like it when you have the bleed. And he just tattooed that baseball. Same area of the ballpark where Mike Trout hit it, but much closer. This one only 391 feet, but that's all you need. As long as it sails over the fence, you're happy. And it's a tie ball game at 2. Rougned Odor stands in. It's going to hit a little pop-up on the infield. Zach Greinke will bat. Greinke's got a base hit to center. Zach Greinke. So he's now got a 203 average on the year. Not bad. Not bad for a pitcher anyway. Josh Donaldson hits one up the middle. So we'll be first and second for Mike Trout, who smashed that home run in the first. Serves this one out to center, but it won't fall in. So Gonzalez is going to get a chance to hit here against with Greinke and Donaldson on. Gonzalez will have his second hit of the game. We won't send Greinke here. He's just going to get thrown out. We'd prefer to give Corey Dickerson a chance with the bases loaded. It'll be a full count offering coming in. Dickerson tattoos it, but it is right at the right fielder, who does haul it in for the third out of the inning. So the bases will be left loaded, and we'll move to the top of the third. Greinke will pitch to Xander Bogaerts, Nick Castellanos, and I believe it's Mookie Betts. Oh, Dave Sappled. My apologies. Did Betts come out of this game? Also, yeah, Betts has exited the game with a hand contusion. I missed that. So Dave Sappled has replaced Mookie Betts. However, Nick Castellanos gets a hold of that offering from Zach Greinke, and it will go the distance for his 19th home run of the year. That's a 2-run shot for Castellanos, and it does put the Miami Marlins up 4-2. So that's no good at all. So after the home run, there's quickly 2 away, but the home run does loom large currently. Kevin Pillar, full count. swing through the Zach Greinke slider, and that's going to be that. But the Marlins tack on 2 runs, take the lead 4-2. Prince Fielder, Dexter Fowler, and Starlin Castro in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Fielder gets good wood on that baseball, but it will stay in the yard. 1 gone. Dexter Fowler. That one's to deep center. Looks like it will get over the head of Dave Sapple, so it's going to be at least 2 bases. Oh, and Fowler tries for 3, but he is thrown out on his way to the 3rd. He is thrown out at 3rd base, so that's unfortunate. And Castro's retired to end the inning, so that's that. Will be the Roche, Cologne, and Gosnell facing Greinke here in the 4th inning. We're going to start to think about some bullpen activity if he does get himself into some trouble here. That one's on the ground to Donaldson, played on to Fielder for the 1st out. Here's Cologne. First pitch swinging. In the air. And caught by the left fielder, Corey Dickerson. Greinke the 0-2. Stopped by Castro, played on to first, so that's going to be the 4th inning. Nice clean one for Greinke. He will come up in this inning. I think I will let him swing the bat and see if he can at least go 5. Odor leads things off properly with a base hit. He's going to actually get into second too, stretches that out. Good job by Rougned Odor. 13th double on the year, and Zach Greinke will bunt. Very nice job by Zach. Odor moves to 3rd. Donaldson stands in for the 2-2. And it looks like he's going to be able to cash in the base runner. So Donaldson's got a base hit and an RBI here. And Mike Trout will get a chance with Donaldson on first. And Mike Trout smashes that one. That one looks like it got into the second deck also. Mike Trout with his 2nd blast of the day. This one only 389 feet, but who cares? We have a 5-4 lead. .44 home runs on the air for Trout. Gonzalez follows up with a fly ball to center for the 2nd out of the inning. Dickerson will hit that in the air to right field, but it will be caught to end the frame. So Greinke now, his fortunes have turned around a little bit. If he completes the 5th, he has a chance to record the win as a pitcher, but we'll see what happens the rest of the way. It's going to be Chris Pollock actually hitting for himself here, and the 2-2 from Greinke will be a strikeout. 3 strikeouts now for Zach Greinke. Xander Bogaerts will be the hitter, 2-1. Greinke's able to induce a ground ball to Castro for the 2nd out. Here's the 0-1 to Nick Castellanos. And that one's a fly ball for Corey Dickerson, so that's going to end that. So 3 away. It'll be Prince Fielder, Dexter Fowler, and Starlin Castro to face Chris Pollock here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. The 1-2 coming to Fielder. Fielder with another fly ball to right and another out down by the right fielder out there. 1 away. Dexter Fowler going to see a full count offering on the ground. Played on to first by the 2nd baseman for the 2nd out. Here's Starlin Castro. That's just going to be handled and played on to first, so they're a 3 away. So Greinke on 72 pitches at this point. Sapple, it's 0 for 1. I think we're just going to keep him going for now. He does give up a leadoff base hit to Sapple. I am going to get a little bit of activity going in the bullpen. What I would prefer is for him to get through this inning, and then we can hit for him next inning. And he does get a ground ball to the 2nd baseman, who actually starts a 4-6-3 double play. So that's exactly what we were looking for there. So Pilar will hit with 2 outs and 2 gone. He hits it in the air, and Mike Trout will be there. So awesome job by Zach Greinke. Greinke's day will end here after 6. After tossing 76 pitches, we will bring in Tom Wilhelmsen for the 7th inning. And we'll see where we go from there. Odor, the pitcher spot, and Donaldson here. Odor hits it deep to center field, but it's going to hang up there for Sapple for the first out of the inning. So we're going to get somebody to bat for Greinke. We will let it be Carlos Beltran. We'll start giving those other guys, as I've been saying all along, the other guys will get more playing time and more opportunities after we clinch the division. That's the goal at this point. All right, so Donaldson's going to hit with 2 outs, the 2-2. So Tom Wilhelmsen will come in for the 7th. Not really any defensive changes I want to make at this point. So it will be Adam LaRoche, Christian Colon, and Jason Gosnell in the 7th inning. LaRoche goes down swinging. Colon goes down swinging. Gosnell hits it on the ground to Donaldson, his 2nd throwing error of the day. Yeah, 2 throwing errors by Josh Donaldson. I wanted to see if that was going to be Fielder or Donaldson, but it is JD. And this is going to potentially lead to a run. That had us out of the inning, so that is so unfortunate at this point. It won't be an earned run for Wilhelmsen, but that's besides the point. We're trying to win ball games here, and this game is now tied 5-5. We're going to get Ryan Cook up tossing a baseball. Wilhelmsen's able to get a 3rd strikeout, but not before a run will score after Josh Donaldson makes a throwing error, so that's unfortunate to see. Game's tied 5-5. I guess Cook will be our guy for the next inning. Once we can score here, Trout will hit. Trout's going to have his 3rd home run of the game, and that one's going to go into the 3rd deck. This guy is Superman. 45 home runs for Mike Trout, 3 on the day, 424 feet away from home plate did that one sail, and we have a 6-5 lead. Gonzalez will go down swinging. Corey Dickerson stands in. He's going to hit it on the ground to the 3rd baseman, who will be sure-handed and make a nice throw to retire Dickerson. Here's Fielder. Fielder goes down swinging, so that's going to be that for the 7th. We're going to bring Ryan Cook into the game to face Nick Castellanos, Dave Sappolt, and Emilio Anafra. If a base runner gets on, I will start some activity, though. But Castellanos is going to serve that out to the right fielder, Dexter Fowler, who's able to make the catch. Here's Dave Sappolt, the 1-2 coming home from Ryan Cook. On the ground to Castro. Played to first, so there are 2 away. And Emilio Anafra will hit 2-2. In the air, Trout is there. So that is the 3rd out of the inning. So it's a 6-5 lead going to the bottom of the 8th. We are going to have Nikolai Costa up and get him warm for the 9th inning to try for the save. Fowler, Castro, and Odor before that here in the bottom of the 8th. Fowler will hit it on the ground for the out. Here's Starlin Castro. Castro put some nice wood on it, but it will be caught by the center fielder Dave Sappolt. And then here's Rougned Odor. All right, so we head to the 9th. We've got the 1-run lead. Not a lot of room for error for Nikolai Costa as he comes in here with his .88 ERA. I believe he has on 25 saves, 13 for us. It's 12 for the Mets. He's going to face Kevin Pillar to get things started. And he's gotten ahead of him, 1-2. So that's a line shot to fielder. Here's Ramon Cabrera for the second hit of the inning and the second out, as Costa is able to retire him. So it will be Christian Colon. Here's the last chance for the Miami Marlins. Can the save get locked down? First pitch swinging in the air. Corey Dickerson moves in, and he applies leather to baseball, ends the game. Nikolai Costa will get the save, and that's a sweep of the Miami Marlins. So they took 2 of 3 from us last time at their ballpark. We're able to turn around and sweep them when they come into Citi Field. Feeling great about that. Mike Trout, if he doesn't get the player of the game, it will be a travesty of justice. He had 3 home runs on the day. Count them, 3. And obviously he's going to get a lot of play in the write-up here. My quote for the day was, "There were things that we could have improved upon, but all in all, I'm satisfied with our performance." And that's pretty accurate, We certainly could have done better. We certainly would have liked to see Tom Wilhelmsen pitch a little bit better. But what are you going to do? We did get the win in the bag. After the game, we see that we put up 12 hits. Trout had the 3 home runs, 3 for 4, with 3 runs scored and 4 RBIs. JD and Gonzalez both have 2 hit efforts. JD did have the 2 throwing errors, but we'll get over it. He did have 2 hits, and he continues to perform well for us out of that leadoff spot. We want him to get hot down the stretch here and really get going for the playoffs. Greinke goes 6 innings, gives up 4 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. And Wilhelmsen did give up a run there, but Cook and Cotton, Wilhelmsen had the inning complete if Donaldson did not throw that ball away. So we do need to remember that. Cook and Costa come in and are shut down and able to complete the game for us. Nikolai Costa earning his 26th save of the year. So another nice win for the New York Mets. We're feeling good about that. That'll move us to our off day, which is the 17th of September. You can take a quick look. That's going to move us to, so we are just 8.5 up on the Phillies. That's the same as we were going into the game. I'm just going to hit the finish today to move us to our next game. So that's going to be the 18th of September. Just take a quick look. Looks like the Phillies, they must have had the day off also, so they did. So they're kind of mimicking our schedule, although they do have Monday off, which we do not. And they did pull off that win. So our win will take our magic number down to 8. We are on 91 wins, almost on pace with the Red Sox, as we are on a 9-1 pace in our last 10. We've won 9 in a row at this point. So we are the hottest team in baseball. Not quite the best team, as we are a half game back of the Red Sox, who do currently hold that honor. But we do remain 8.5 up on the Phillies. Fat chance of them catching us at this point, I would say. But the magic number is still 8. We do need a combination of Phillies losses, Mets wins that add up to 8 to clinch the division. So we are well on our way. We're going to move into this series with the New York Yankees. So it will be a subway series of sorts, I guess, for them. They're coming in across town from the Bronx to Queens to play us at Citi Field. So we're happy to be at home for this. We're going to have 3 with them, and then the Braves are in for 3 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That will be followed by a road trip where we go to Cincinnati for 4. We see the Phillies one last time at Citizens Bank Park for 3. If we haven't clinched the division by then, we should definitely have a very good chance of doing it there. But that's a bunch of baseball away. And then the final series before the playoffs will be October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Back at Citi Field, we will finish at home, and it will be the Washington Nationals who are in for that one. But that's to come. We need to get through the baseball that's in front of us first, and that's the New York Yankees. So this will be an interleague game for them. They're actually going to have to hit their pitcher. Their pitchers aren't going to be very used to hitting. Not that our pitchers are good hitters. Any pitcher in this game is going to be, I don't know, a strikeout at least 50% of the time, maybe more. But it could bode well for us, given the fact that they're used to playing with the DH rule in effect. So Let's see how that goes. It will be Joey Knievel, who will take the mound for the Yankees. He's made 29 starts from the looks of things. Over 161 innings, he's pitched to a 4.64 ERA. He's struck out 117 hitters while walking 35. And he's been good for 2.2 wins above replacement. Looks like his last time out, he got shelled by the Blue Jays, giving up 5 runs, 4 earned on 7 hits and only 3 innings of work, and wasn't able to record any strikeouts. So we're hoping that we see something like that versus us today. We will be countering with Max Scherzer. Scherzer comes in with a 10-8 record, over 166 and 2/3 innings. His ERA is 3.08. He's got 182 strikeouts. So his strikeout rate numbers are pretty good. Only 50 walks. He has won the Cy Young Award for us in the past in this save back in 2012. So always a reliable guy. We actually have him signed to a deal right now. So he is going to be with us for the 2016 season and the 2017 season. He does have an opt-out at that point. So if he does light it up for the next 2 seasons, we can expect him to maybe opt out there. Otherwise, we've got the 2018 season all signed up for him as well. And then we've got an option for the 2019 season. So we'll have to see how that all goes. We do have our bullpen continues to be in a good spot. Costa even pitched. Oh no, that was 2 days ago, right? So we had the off day. So yeah, we're pretty well rested here. Wilhelmsen could even throw if needed. We won't go to Marshall. If we are going to use Marshall, we are in a terrible spot, or we're like 16 innings into this thing, and things have just not gone our way to that point. But we're probably going to try to avoid using him, but we'll see how things go. As far as the lineup goes, everybody is nice and rested. We're going to stick with the starters. I want to get the division clinch, so I don't want to go to any of the guys we brought up. Like I've been saying this entire stream, we'll stick with the starters until we actually have clinched. And we do cross the 38,000 mark again for attendance, 38,034 fans out to the ballpark. Here to see the Yankees come in. It's a Friday game, so you do expect a bit better of a crowd. And they know we're going for that National League Eastern Division title, so we're gonna see some fans at the ballpark. Hopefully we're gonna get some sellouts next week as we do try to clinch, but we'll see what happens there. Same top 4 hitters as normal will be hitting. Beltran, Fowler. I think we'll just go with Fowler. Rugi had the double. Castro had like a huge day 2 days ago, and he had another home run yesterday. So there's no taking Castro out of the lineup at this point. Let's let Addison Russell have the day at second. So we will go with the standard Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez, Dickerson, Fielder, and Fowler, Starling, Castro, and then Addison Russell will hit in the 8 hole and play second base for us. And we will send Max Scherzer to the hill, and he will hit in the 9 hole. He's going to face Iglesias, Butler, and Schwarber, Soler, Grandal, and Pogue. Weinstein, Shaw, and Joey Knievel will be the pitcher for the Yankees. So let's get things underway at Citi Field. 38,034 screaming fans looking for the home team to get it done here today. Jose Iglesias will be the first hitter of the game. He'll face Max Scherzer, who will start off with an 0-2 count, exactly the way we like to start things off around here. Have that pitcher out in front. Just 1 second here. Just checking on something quickly. All right, so Iglesias was an out, and here's Billy Butler. He's going to see a 3-1 offering from Max Scherzer. Billy Butler is going to take a trot down to first, though. Scherzer misses with that offering. 1-2 to Schwarber. Oh, no. Another one of my pet peeves in this game. Getting ahead of the hitter 1-2, and then you hit him. I've actually seen it a couple of times where the mound gets charged when it's 1-2 and the hitter gets beamed. I mean, there's no way that was done on purpose. No pitcher is gonna, in that count, try to hit the batter. But we do throw a wild pitch there. Schwarber and Butler move up. Soler's got a full count with 2 runners in scoring position. Luckily, Scherzer was able to come back and strike him out for the second out of the inning. Here's Yasmani Grandal, 3-1. He's going to go down to first. That will load the bases. Scherzer not happy with the call, but it does not matter. However, he does strike out Pogue to end the inning, stranding the bases loaded. So we do luck out a little bit there as 6 hitters go to the plate, but they don't score, and they don't actually record a hit. Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez. On the ground by Josh Donaldson to the third baseman. And that's the first out. Here's Mike Trout. He's going to take a walk down to first. Miguel Gonzalez on an 0-2. We're not going to run on the great arm in the very shallow, especially with just 1 out in the inning. And we've got base runners out there. And Dickerson's able to draw a walk below the bases. Love to see that. So here's Prince Fielder getting a chance with the bases loaded, but he just hits it in the air, and it looks like it's going to hang up there for the center fielder, and it will. Trout will tag up and score the first run of the game, though. So Dexter Fowler will stand in. It'll be Dickerson on first and Gonzalez on second. The 0-2 swung on and missed. So Scherzer will face the bottom of the order in Weinstein, Shaw, and Knievel. 2-2. Swung on and missed. It gets away from Gonzalez, who tosses it down to Fielder to complete the strikeout. 1-0 to Devin Shaw. On the ground to Addison Russell. That's the second out of the inning, and it'll be the pitcher spot. Joey Knievel will face Max Scherzer, and he just goes down swinging, the 4th strikeout of the day for Max Scherzer. Knievel gets his chance at the bottom of the order. Starlin Castro, who homered yesterday, does he do it today? He does! It's into the first row in left field, and it is 2-0 New York Mets. The team cannot lose currently. Russell's going to get himself a base hit to follow that. Let's go. So Scherzer's going to try to bunt him over to second. First chance is foul. He misses the second chance. I don't want him hitting into a double play. I will just let him try to bunt. There he goes. Strikeout, Max Scherzer. Donaldson will hit with 1 out. He's got a base hit. Now, no need to run him, especially given the fact that he's not a fast runner. Here's Trout with 2 on. On the ground, might be an infield hit, and it will be. So Russell, Donaldson, and Trout on third, second, and first respectively. Here's Miguel Gonzalez. What can he do? He's going to get what looks to be a sac fly. Let's just try it. Ah, that was a bad idea. I saw the deep, but the great arm and the slow runner, I shouldn't have sent him. What are you going to do? So here's Iglesias. Back to the top of the order for Scherzer. And Iglesias is going to have himself a base hit to right field. Butler lofts 1 out to Trout for the first out. Kyle Schwarber annihilates that pitch from Max Scherzer. He's got a 2-run home run, so this game's tied. Jorge Soler will bat with the bases empty and 1 gone. And he's got a base hit to right, so they're starting to figure out Scherzer a little bit here in the third. Hopefully he can bear down. However, there's a wild pitch. The runner moves up. Scherzer does get the strikeout eventually on Yasmani Grandal, but Jorge Soler able to move up to second on the wild pitch during that AB. Scherzer then gets a ground ball to the shortstop Castro. That will end the inning, but not before the Yankees are able to tie the score here, and it's 2-2. It'll be Dickerson, Fielder, and Fowler in the bottom half of the third inning. So Knievel's able to take care of business there in the third, and we'll move to the fourth. And Scherzer's going to get another shot at the bottom of the order. Weinstein will hit. The 1-2 is taken for strike 3. Scherzer now has 6 strikeouts on the day. Here's Devin Shaw. Hits it on the ground. Here's Josh Donaldson. A little more sure-handed today. Gets that ball over to fielder without making an error at all. 2 away. Joey Knievel will hit in the fourth. Serves it up to Corey Dickerson. That's the inning. Going to head to the bottom of the fourth now. Tie game 2-2. Castro, Russell, and Scherzer. So 2 quick ground balls, 2 quick outs. We will let Scherzer swing the bat. He's on 72 pitches, but he's cruising along pretty well. He's at least going to go another inning or 2 here for us. He goes down swinging. Iglesias, Butler, and Schwarber to face Max Scherzer in the top of the 5th. So quickly 2 away. Here's Kyle Schwarber. 3-1. Homered his last time up. Scherzer is careful with him here and does put him on. Let's see if he can get Soler. There's a bloop single to left. Schwarber going to third on the play. So we need to get some activity up at this point. I'm going to bring Brad Peacock in. We're going to hope that Max Scherzer is able to get Yasmani Grandal here. The 2-2. The ball gets away from Gonzalez. That's going to score Schwarber. And it will be a 3-2 ball game for the New York Yankees. Scherzer finally does get Yasmani Grandal to ground out to the second baseman Russell. But not before the lead is taken by the Yankees. It'll be 3-2. Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez are going to try to get back tied even with the New York Yankees here. Donaldson hits it in the air, deep. But the center fielder is there. Weinstein hauls it in for the first out of the inning. And here's Mike Trout hitting the 0-1. Trout continues his tear. This is a second multi-home run game in a row for the man. 363 feet away. He now has 46 home runs on the season. 50 is looking very possible. And Gonzalez will get himself a base hit to follow that up. Here's Corey Dickerson, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Prince Fielder will bat with 2 outs. And that's on the ground. Second baseman who plays it over to first. And we will head to the 6th inning, tied 3-3. So Scherzer's going to come out of the ball game here. Brad Peacock will enter to face Pogue, Weinstein, and Shaw. Brad Peacock with his 3.13 ERA over 86 1/3 innings. And it's going to be a 3-1 coming in here to the hitter Pogue. Misses ball 4. The Pogue will trot down to first as Jacob Weinstein stands in for Brad Peacock. That's hit on the ground to Donaldson. Played on to first. For the fielder's choice, Chad Pogue moves up to second. Dustin Ackley swinging 3-1 will hit it on the ground and will be retired by Addison Russell. And then Brad Peacock's got the 1-2, and he does strike out the pinch hitter Nunez, so that ends the inning. Excellent job by Brad Peacock. We will need to get some activity up after him, though, because it's very likely that his spot will come up in this inning, so Ryan Cook is going to start tossing the ball around out in the bullpen. Trevor Cahill comes in for the Yankees. Fowler is retired. Here's Castro. Castro gets it through the infield. So slowly, he's starting to get himself hot. And Castro is going to look to get himself hot as he is going into his walk here. So if he finishes off strong here, he's going to be earning himself some extra money in free agency. We'd also like him to have a really hot postseason to help him earn extra money in free agency as well. So Brad Peacock is due up. We are going to hit for him. I think I will let Carlos Beltran have those honors with Addison Russell standing on first base and 2 gone. 1-2 comes into Beltran, gets away from the catcher. Russell moves up to second. It's going to be a 2-2 now. Going to be a 3-2 now, sorry, to Carlos Beltran. And that misses ball 4. So now we have first and second for JD, top of the order coming up. JD is plunked, and you know what that means. He of 5 home runs in the last 2 games is going to bat with the bases loaded. Mike Trout stands in the 2-0. He does hit it on the ground to the shortstop, so unfortunately that's played on the quick way to second to end the inning. The Trout not able to do it there for us. Cook's going to face the top of the order here in the top of the 7th. Iglesias, Butler, and Kyle Schwarber, the 1-2. Gets Iglesias, 2-1 to Billy Butler. Hit in the air, but it will get to Corey Dickerson on 1 hop, so it will be a base hit for Butler. Here's Kyle Schwarber with Butler on first. On the ground to Russell, gets it over to Castro. They will retire the lead runner, but nothing more. 2-2 to Soler. That will be a base hit. A little infield single, so it's going to be first and second. Ryan Cook's going to have to make a pitch here to Grandal. And I'm actually going to start a little bit of activity. Glenn Perkins out in that Mets bullpen. The 3-2 will come into Grandal. This one should hang up for Dickerson. It does. So that's it for the 7th. We head to stretch time at Citi Field. And I'm just going to set Perkins down. Gonzalez, Dickerson, and Fielder are going to try to get us back out in the lead here. That one's hit on the ground. Here's Dickerson. Couple quick outs. And here will be Prince Fielder trying to keep the inning alive. He's going to do so, and he's going to do so the painful way by taking a baseball in the ribs. Trots down to first after getting plunked by Felix Dubront. Dexter Fowler will hit with a man on. So that will be that. Fielder's choice, ends the inning. Ryan Cook, will we keep him out there? I don't think so. I think it's time to bring in Glenn Perkins. They've got a left-handed pinch hitter. We're going to bring in a left-handed reliever. So this first matchup definitely favors us. Balao, whatever this guy's name is. Balao? I'm going to go with Balao. Anyway, he singles off Perkins. Weinstein lays down a bunt to move him up to second. So there is a runner in scoring position with 1 out here, as Paul Brookhouse will be the pinch hitter for the New York Yankees, the 1-0. He's going to hit that on the ground to Donaldson, checks the runner back to second, and tosses it on to first. 2 away, Mark Ellis will be the hitter, the 2-0. So Ellis is going to get a base hit down in center. This is going to probably score the run, and it will. The Yankees take the lead here. The top of the 8th inning. Perkins gets Iglesias to hit it on the ground to Russell for the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Yankees take the lead. So Rafael Soriano is going to come in to try to shut down the bottom of our order here. We are going to need a reliever for the 9th. It's going to be Rich Wells unless we're able to score 1 to 2 runs. If we score 1 run even, then it will be Costa, but Castro will hit here, 1-2. Castro dribbles it out front of home plate for the first out. Russell gets a hold of 1 out to right field, but it will hang up just shy of the warning track for Jorge Soler. And so we will have Ruben and Odor have a chance here versus Soriano. The 0-1 coming home. Odor will keep the inning alive with a base hit. And Donaldson goes back-to-back with Soler with base hits. Moving, or sorry, not Soler, but Odor. Moving Odor over to third base. So it's runners at the corners, 2 away. Mike Trout has a chance to get us back into this game. He's going to see an 0-2. And he's going to hit it out to center field for a base hit, tying the game. Mike Trout with his 3rd hit of the day. So he stands on first. Donaldson stands on second. Miguel Gonzalez will hit. He will hit it on the ground to the third baseman, who does play it over to first. That's going to be the end of the inning. But it is a tie game. Rich Wells is going to come in here. I was thinking about Costa in the tie game, but I just didn't have the chance to warm him up. Maybe a little fail. We're going to hope Rich Wells just gets it done here, gives us a chance to win in the 9th. He does get Billy Butler to hit it on the ground to Castro, so there's 1 away. Actually, maybe just get him up, just in case. Schwarber muscles a base hit into left field. Oh no, so Wells is getting himself into a little bit of trouble here. The go-ahead run does move to third base, and Schwarber on that Jorge Soler single. Wells strikes out Grandal to get back into this, so let's see if he can get Dustin Hanson. And he gets him to pop it up on the infield. Let's go. Great job by Rich Wells stranding the runners. We will have Nikolai Costa ready to go for the 10th if this does go extras. But let's see if Dickerson, Fielder, and Fowler can win the ball game for us here in the home half of the 9th. Dickerson will get on, seeing 4 straight balls. And they try to pick him off, but it's thrown away. Dickerson's going to move into scoring position for Prince Fielder. So now we've got 3 chances to catch him in from second base. Let's go. Fielder's going to see a 3-1. He will move Dickerson over to third by hitting the ball on the ground to the right side of the infield. So now all we need to do is just get something through the infield. They've got the infield in. Fowler's going to hit full count, and he will walk. So now the infield will be back as the double play is in order, so they're going to try to induce that from Starlin Castro. Castro's just going to try to hit it through the infield. The 1-2 is going to come home. Castro swings and misses. So we're going to make sure that Costa is ready to go just in case Addison Russell can't end it here for us. But he will swing away with runners on the corners. 2-1. And it will get down. That's going to be the ball game. Walk off Addison Russell. Let's go. An excellent job. And we do get a win in the first game of the series versus the New York Yankees. Great job by Addison Russell with the walk-off single to right field. Of course, Mike Trout's going to get all the props in that write-up. He had a 3-for-2 game. He had 2 home runs on the day. Or did he? No, he just had 1. I guess he just had 1 in this game. I apologize. But 3-for-4. He scores 2 runs. He has 2 RBIs. Miguel Gonzalez, Josh Donaldson, Starlin Castro, and Addison Russell all come through with multi-hit efforts. And Addison Russell, the hero of the day with the walk-off single, scoring the winning run, beating the Yankees 5-4 at Citi Field. Max Scherzer goes 5. He gives up 3 runs on 4 hits. He strikes out 6 while walking 3. The bullpen was pretty solid. Glenn Perkins did give up the 1 run. However, we were able to lock it down and win the game. And if you aren't giving Mike Trout the player of the game in that one, I don't know who you're giving it to. 38,034 people see us walk off the New York Yankees on a Friday. Excellent work by the Mets. I see a 9.5, so the lead in the division increases. The Phillies seem to have lost their game 5-3 to the Braves. So when we review the standings at this point, that's going to reduce the magic number down to 6. There is a chance, depending on how things go over the next 2 days, we could, by the end of this weekend, have it down to 2. But we have to win our games. The Phillies would have to lose theirs for that. So nothing is a guarantee, but we do hope to get it there. And so we are going to move into the next game with the Yankees. So we will just finish off these last 2 games to close out the series at Citi Field versus the New York Yankees. And then we'll end the stream for the night. Probably be back on Saturday afternoon to hopefully at that point clinch the division. We'll see what happens. And the Yankees will be sending out Lincoln Iverson. So Lincoln is 6-12 on the year with a 5.58 ERA. He's made 28 starts and completed 150 innings, striking out 102 and walking 44. He's just below replacement level. So he is a guy we can maybe hit around a little bit. Doesn't have the best stuff in the world. Looks like his changeup's quite bad. So if he does throw that, it's something we're going to be able to hopefully tag a little bit. His slider is quite good, so we're going to have to watch out for that pitch. We will be countering with Jared Terpstra. Terpstra went 4 2/3 in his last outing, giving up 5 runs, none of which were earned though, and 8 hits, 6 strikeouts, and a walk. On the season, he's 14-2, an excellent win-loss record. Over 147 2/3 innings, he's pitched to a 3.35 ERA, and he's made 28 starts for the New York Mets. He has been able to strike out 120 hitters while walking 47. So we're going to hope for a little bit more of the reliability he has been able to provide for us, pitching out of usually it was the 4th spot in the rotation earlier on in the year, but just continued reliability is what we're looking for from Jared Terpstra. The bullpen continues to be pretty rested. We've got our closer, we've got our setup man, we've got our 2 stoppers in Wilhelmsen and Brad Peacock, so we feel good. The bullpen typically is a strength of the team, and that has not changed here in the month of September. The lineup is hot. We've got Trout, we've got Gonzalez, we've got Castro, we've got Odor, all with the Flames next to them, indicating that they've been hot in recent games. And Mike Trout has 4 home runs in 2 games there. He's also got, if we look at it all, he's got 6 home runs in 5 games. So he is crushing the baseball currently, seeing the ball very well. His OPS is back up to 980, and he's closing in, he's improved his batting average quite a bit over the last few games. You can see it rising game by game there. That 980 OPS looking pretty strong. So Mike Trout really, really turning it on in the month of September when we need him to. So we'd love to see that. We will move into this second game of the New York Yankees series, and we will draw. So 37,924, just shy of that 38,000 mark today for the Mets. Gonna really not change the lineup too much. Addison Russell, the big walk-off hero. Rougned Odor has been hot too. Starlin Castro, though, he had a huge day yesterday, and he's homered in the last 2 games, so there's not too many choices we can make here. We will just end up going with Rougned Odor at second base and in the 8th hole. And I think I'm going to bring Carlos Beltran back in. We're going to actually have him hit 5th just to break up the righty-lefty situation with Dickerson and Fielder. So let's move into this game, get her going, and see how it goes. Jared Terpstra will work to Jose Iglesias, Billy Butler, and Kyle Schwarber to start things off. It will be a 1-0 from Jared Terpstra. So Terpstra is touched up a little bit here to start the game, and Iglesias gets on the leadoff single. The 1-1 to Billy Butler popped up on the infield. Let's go. Miguel Gonzalez will get over there and sweep the leather on the baseball for the out. Here's Schwarber. Looks like that one might get over the head of Mike Trout, and it will. So that's going to be the first run of the game. Schwarber's got a double, cashing in Iglesias. 2-1 to Soler, on the ground to Donaldson, played on to first. So there now are 2 outs in the inning. And Terpstra's going to fire a 2-0 in, and that one's going to get over Mike Trout's head. So that's going to be another run for the New York Yankees. Not the start we were looking for here. Grandal will stand on second for Dustin Hanson. And another base hit. Another base hit and another run will score. So Jared Terpstra, although he's recorded 2 outs, he has allowed 3 runs on 4 hits already here in the first. Miguel Gonzalez is going to throw out Hansen, trying to steal second. So that will get Terpstra out of the inning, but he does have a pretty tough frame in the first. Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez for the New York Mets in the bottom half. JD will go down. Here's Mike Trout. Does Trout have another one? This guy is unbelievable. Mike Trout, 47 home runs on the season. Miguel Gonzalez, he says, I like the looks of that. Let me have some of that too. Back to back. This one goes 395 feet. Here's Dickerson. Can we do the back to back to back? No, we cannot. Dickerson goes down swinging. Here's Carlos Beltran. Beltran will hit it on the ground. Scooped up by Billy Butler and taken to the bag for the out. So we get a couple back. Let's hope Terpstra can calm down. Keep us in this thing. It's 3-2 for the Yankees. First hitter is bunting, and Jacob Weinstein's actually going to get himself a bunt single. So he's standing on first base. Going to throw over a couple of times. This guy had some wheels. Terpstra gets Shaw, and here's the pitcher Iverson. The 0-1 becomes an 0-2. 1-2. And he gets the bunt down. So Iverson finally able to get the bunt down after a couple of attempts. And Jacob Weinstein has moved up to second. Top of the order. And that's going to get into the gap. So Iglesias is able to get extra bases. That's going to score the base runner there. So it will be a 4-2 ball game. Terpstra gets Butler to hit it on the ground to Fielder to end the inning, but the Yankees do tack on a run and they make it 4-2. Heading to the bottom of the second, here's Prince Fielder, Starlin Castro, and then Rougned Odor will hit. So Fielder and Castro quickly go down. Rougned Odor will hit here. Head to the top of the third, Kyle Schwarber to face Terpstra, and he goes down. Looking, here's Jorge Soler. That one's lined to past the third baseman Donaldson into the corner. Should be 2 bases. And it might be time to start thinking about a line check on Jared Terpstra. He will come up to lead off the next inning. He's already allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. He hasn't been walking hitters, but it's not going. And as I say that, he issues a free pass to Yasmani Grandal, so you can never get ahead of yourself in baseball. Dustin Hansen does become a strikeout victim on the next AB, and then he is able to get Weinstein to hit it on the ground to Fielder to end the inning, but not without some traffic on the base paths. Terpstra has tossed 64 pitches. I think I'm going to try to go a little bit further with them, but we are going to be keeping a close eye on him the rest of the way, as he does go down swinging to lead off the third inning. Here's Josh Donaldson. The 3-0 comes in, and that will be 4 straight balls to Josh. So he's standing on first for Mike Trout, who just is destroying the world right now, but not on this AB. He lost one out to center field and will be the second out of the inning. Gonzalez just hits it on the ground to end things here in the bottom half of the third. So Terpstra is going to face Shaw, Iverson, and Iglesias, and we'll see how it goes. Shaw gets good wood on the baseball, but Mike Trout will be there. Here's Iverson. Iverson hits a little lofted Looper into center field, but Trout dives for it, makes the catch. Iglesias is able to serve that one out to right field for a base hit. And that one will be caught by Dickerson. So that's going to end the inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the fourth. Another 0 put up by Jared Terpstra. He's hit the 80 pitch mark, 4 runs on 8 hits. We've got so many arms available. We're going to warm up Wells. I think I'm going to try to get Terpstra through the 5th here, as Corey Dickerson is going to lead off the bottom of the 4th with a base hit. Beltran hits it on the ground. He's going to be retired. Fielder gets good wood on it, but he's out in left field. That will move Corey Dickerson over to third base. Starlin Castro is going to get a chance to try to cash him in here. He will hit it to his counterpart, though, who's going to play it on to first. So there are 3 down in the 4th. Nothing across for the New York Mets. Top of the 5th, it will be Schwarber, Soler, and Grandal. Terpstra is able to get a strikeout, his 4th of the game on Schwarber. 3-2 to Jorge Soler. Another strikeout, and here's Grandal. So Terpstra with a clean 5th as Grandal flies out to Dickerson. He will hit, he being Jared Terpstra, in this inning, so I'm going to make the move. Rich Wells is going to pitch the 6th inning. It'll be Odor to lead things off here. Odor slams that one. And it will go deep. It's going to be a double. I'm going to let Matt Davidson. He's been pretty good in the pinch hitting role. Or at least lately. He does have the 173 average. I mean, it's hard to have a nice average as a pinch hitter. JD will get a chance. On the ground, this should move the runner over, but will be the second out of the inning. Odor stands on third with 2 gone, and Mike Trout, the hitter, the 1-2 coming home. Trout's just going to be dribbling that over to the pitcher's mound, so that's going to end the inning. The Yankees remain in front of the New York Mets 4-2. Rich Wells is going to take over the pitching duties here in the top half of the 6th. Dustin Hanson, Jacob Weinstein, and Devin Shaw will be who he faces. Gets Hanson. 3-1 to Weinstein. That one's crushed down the line. Gonna be trouble. Extra bases for sure. He cruises into second. So Weinstein stands on second. Devin Shaw will be the hitter here versus Rich Wells. There's 1 gone. The 3-2. That one's served out to right field. Looks like Carlos Beltran will settle under it and make the catch. The 1-1 to Lincoln Iverson. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Beltran. He's getting a lot of work in the inning. He makes the catch, and that's going to be it for the 6th for the Yankees. We head to the bottom half of that inning. Gonzalez, Dickerson, and Beltran. So a couple quick outs from Iverson. Here's Carlos Beltran. And so he just takes care of business in the inning. So Rich Wells, I am going to stick with at least for the first couple of hitters here. I don't want to use Peacock while we're behind. So I'm going to actually start warming up my AAA call-ups. Francisli Bueno will get loose in the bullpen as we face the top of the order. Jose Iglesias will hit. He's hit it pretty deep to left, but not onto the warning track quite. And Dickerson hauls it in. Butler, a line shot out to left. Dickerson with a diving catch to the second out of the inning. And here's Rich Wells working to Kyle Schwarber, the 1-2. Gets him swinging. Let's go. Nice job by Rich Wells to keep this game exactly where it is, 4-2. Fielder, Castro, and Odor. Let's see, I think... So it will be Bueno. I'm going to go with Bueno, but if we score 1 run, then I'm going to make a different decision out of the bullpen. If we score 2 runs, for sure. But even 1 run will do it for us here. And we look to have a chance to do that as the leadoff runner will get on. Prince Fielder does hit a single to center. Castro misses there on the full count to strike out. Here's Odor. Odor's going to hit it on the ground to the shortstop. They will just get the lead runner, though. Looked like it might be a double play, but it will not be. Make sure Bueno is ready to go, and we will hit here for Rich Wells. I'm going to give Dexter Fowler this opportunity. So Fowler to hit with Odor on second or on first with 2 outs, and he goes down swinging. So in comes Bueno. Soler, Grandal, and Hansen. Bueno records a couple quick strikeouts. Going to face Hansen. And he hits it on the ground to Josh Donaldson, who is able to send it over to Fielder to end the inning. So it's getting pretty late into this ball game. We will just let Buddy Boshers have the top of the 9th. Again, same rule applies that I was abiding by in the 8th. If we do score here, we will make a different decision, but it would be Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez. So top of the order. Let's see what happens. 2-2 to Josh Donaldson. That's going to be hit in the air to the left fielder and caught easily by Kyle Schwarber. Trouty, 1 for 3 with that home run. And he's going to hit another one. Mike Trout. This guy. You can bet that Major League Baseball will be having this man urinate into a cup. We got to test and make sure he's not taking anything. My goodness. Mike Trout, 48 home runs on the season. And it's going to be 4-3, and true to my word, I will make a different decision here. I'm going to get Tom Wilhelmsen up and throwing a baseball, and I'm going to get him to try to keep the game at 4-3 unless we score again. Here's Miguel Gonzalez. So that's 2 out. Dickerson, another fly ball to the outfield, but that one's not going to do anything and will be caught. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. So Tom Wilhelmsen will come in here with the task of keeping the game at 4-3 and then giving us a chance to tie it or hopefully win it in the 9th. He's going to face the bottom of their order. So here's here's Weinstein to face Wilhelmsen. That one's on the ground to the second baseman, knocked down by Odor, but he won't be able to make the play. So Weinstein's on for Devin Shaw. Gonna have him throw over at least twice here just to keep him honest. It doesn't matter. We tried to keep him honest and he still stole second. So he's down at second base. Dustin Ackley standing in. The 3-1 to him. Hit on the ground to Donaldson. Donaldson not able to keep the runner over at second and retires the batter run. But Weinstein is now at third base. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Vallejo, and that's going to be a walk. So Tom Wilhelmsen not able to do the job that we asked. Well, it is still 4-3. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And actually, he induces a ground ball to Josh Donaldson, who's able to fire it home and retire Weinstein trying to score. So it does stay 4-3. There's now runners on first and second for Billy Butler. And so Wilhelmsen actually is able to do his job. He didn't do it in the most efficient way we'd like him to do it in. Not the way we would have mapped it out, but he does keep the game at 4-3. So we're going to take our last crack in the 9th. It'll be Beltran, Fielder, and Castro trying to tie this ball game. The Yankees will bring in Caleb Tealbar, who he's got 10 saves on the year, so maybe they've been using him lately as their closer. Let's see. going to be a 2-1. Beltran serves it out to left for the first out of the inning. 2-2 to Fielder. Swing and a miss. And Starlin Castro is going to be our last chance. He will be swinging for his pitch. He hits it in the air. Diving catch by Weinstein. That ends the game. So the Yankees are able to knock us off 4-3 here in this one. Lincoln Iverson, he was able to pitch a pretty strong game. Yeah, he does go 6, two runs on 5 hits, the 4 strikeouts and a walk. As far as we were concerned, because of that nice performance by Iverson, we did just manage 6 hits as a team. 2 of those were Mike Trout's. 2 of those hits by Mike Trout were both home runs. So he just completely continues to tear up any pitching that comes his way. But there was no other multi-hit efforts from the team. Jared Terpstra ends up going 5, gives up 4 runs on 8 hits. He strikes out 5 and walks 1. The bullpen locked it down from there, but that's all the Yankees needed were those 4 runs, as we only scored 3, so they win the game. And the player of the game honors will go to Lincoln Iverson of the Yankees. So what that does is it sets us up nicely for the final game of this stream and the final game of this series with the New York Yankees. The other thing that it does is it ends the winning streak. We had a 10-game win streak going. That's been ended. Take a quick look at the standings. We stay at 8.5 games above the Phillies. The Phillies actually did win their game against the Braves, so that is going to mean no movement in our magic number. We're just going to remain at 6. And we're going to go into this rubber match with the New York Yankees to see who will win the series. We've split it so far. Both games are 1-run games. Taking a quick look, we are 13-4 in September, so we've been playing some of our best baseball here in the second half, so we're happy about that. Especially going into the playoffs. The pitching situation here, so Carlos Rodon, the lefty for the Yankees, will be the hurler. He's 50 on a 20-80 scouting scale, and he has the potential to get all the way up to 75. This man has some great stuff. His fastball is exceptional, plus fastball, slider's great. The curveball is looking pretty good, and then the changeup's only so-so. So I'm guessing he sticks to those first 3 offerings much of the time. He is in his rookie campaign here. He's 10-9 with a 4.19 ERA, over 169 2/3 innings, and he's already hit the 200 strikeout mark. 205 strikeouts with 53 walks to go with that. That's good for 4.1 wins above replacement. So he's having a great rookie campaign. We're going to counter with Yamie Garcia. He is the man who started the first game of this stream back when we played the Marlins in game 1, and he was able to get the he did not get the pitcher win, but we got the win 6-1 as he gave up just 1 run on 4 hits over 5 2/3 innings in that game. So a nice outing. Hopefully he can build off of that and provide us with another nice outing here today. Bullpen's looking pretty rested. We're just going to keep Marshall kind of healing from that hand soreness problem that he's got going on. But really the only guy we're not able to use today is Rich Wells, who tossed 31 pitches yesterday, and then the day before he was throwing 16. So he's going to have the day off no matter what, but the rest of the bullpen is fair game. As we head into the finale with the Yankees here at Citi Field, sitting on 92 wins and a magic number of 6 to clinch the National League Eastern Division. It will be a left-handed pitcher, so we're going to build a left-handed lineup. It won't actually change what we're going to do so much, though. So Josh Donaldson will continue to be our leadoff man. Mike Trout will continue to hit second, and Miguel Gonzalez will continue to hit third, followed by Corey Dickerson in the leadoff in the cleanup role. No change there. What do we want to do? So Addison Russell is definitely going to be playing second to keep Rougned Odor's left-handed bat out of the lineup. Castro's just been hitting, although he does have the offer, but he's got a lot of recent success, so we want to leave him in the lineup today. Fowler, Beltran. I think it's going to be a Dexter Fowler day for right field. And as far as first base goes, I think we actually will give Matt Davidson the opportunity to play first here. So it will be Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez, Dickerson, Castro, and Fowler, Russell, Davidson, and Garcia. We fall just shy of the 38,000 mark for attendance on the Sunday, so it's 37,883 fans at Citi Field to see the rubber match between the Yankees and the Mets, and it would be Yamia Garcia versus Carlos Rodon. Garcia is about to take the hill. We're going to get underway. It will be Iglesias, Butler, and Schwarber, Soler, Pogue, and Ackley, Weinstein, Shaw, and Carlos Rodon for the New York Yankees, as the first pitch will fly here at 1:10 p.m. in Queens. And it's going to be a full count here to Jose Iglesias. Here it comes. So it's hit into right field. So Yamia Garcia will give it a base runner to start this off. And Iglesias will be on first base for Billy Butler. 2-2 offering coming from Garcia will be a strikeout. So there we go. First out of the game. Kyle Schwarber to bat. The 0-1. That one's going to hang up there for Dexter Fowler. And Garcia gets Soler to end the inning. So that's the first inning for Yamia Garcia. Nothing happening. He does allow the one base runner. And it's Donaldson, Trout, and Gonzalez. Nothing changing for us up top of the order. Donaldson will hit it into the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Trout's got that one in the gap, so that should score a run here, and it looks like it will. Trout's going to have himself a double. And he continues his tear at the plate as Josh Donaldson comes in to score. Here's Miguel Gonzalez. So he's going to get a base hit up the middle. We are going to actually try to send Mike Trout here. The ball's shallow, and that ball is thrown away by Weinstein. So not only does Trout score, Gonzalez will move up to second on the poor throw from the center fielder Weinstein. Corey Dickerson. That's the first out recorded by Rodon. And here's Starlin Castro. Castro has another hit. He remains hot at the plate. Gonzalez has to hold up, so it'll be runners at the corners for Dexter Fowler. That looks like it's going to get down. Another run is in. Gonzalez crosses the plate. 3-0 Mets. Addison Russell bats with runners on first and second. Straight up in the air on the infield. 2 away. 2 on from Matt Davidson. So that's going to be the inning there. But not before we're able to score 3 times. It's 3-0 Mets. Heading to the top of the second, Garcia will work to Pogue, Ackley, and Weinstein. Full count. Offering coming home from Garcia. He got him swinging. Let's go. Dustin Ackley, 2-2. Another strikeout for Garcia. He now has 4 on the day. And 1-1 to Jacob Weinstein. On the ground, gobbled up by Russell. Played on to Matt Davidson, and that's the second inning. An excellent job by Yamia Garcia, who will lead off the bottom half of the second. He's down 6-3. Here's Josh Donaldson. Donaldson watches 4 straight balls go by, and he'll trot down to first for Mike Trout. Trout's going to hit it on the ground to the shortstop, who takes it himself to get the lead runner. Trout will reach on the fielder's choice 2 away. There's another one hit on the ground to the shortstop. This time, the ball is thrown away. And the error made on the throw by Chad Pogue makes it runners on first and second for Corey Dickerson. Dickerson will hit it on the ground to the second baseman, who plays it on to first. That will finally end the inning. But it is 3-0 New York Mets going to the top of the third. Garcia has Shaw, Rodon, and Jose Iglesias. Down goes Shaw. Here's the pitcher, Rodon. He's down looking. And the 2-2 to Iglesias. Another strikeout for Yami Garcia. Heading to the bottom of the third, Castro, Fowler, and Russell. Castro will watch strike 3 go by. Here's Fowler. That ball misses. Fowler's going to trot down to first. Addison Russell will be the hitter. Russell's going to hit it to the shortstop, who starts a 6-4-3 double play. Not what we were looking for, not the way we would draw that up, but the way it ends. And we head to the fourth. Garcia to face Butler, Schwarber, and Soler, and it's 3-0 Mets. Garcia has his 7th strikeout of the day. He walks Schwarber. Soler goes down swinging. That's 8 strikeouts for Yami Garcia. And Chad Pogue hits it on the ground to Donaldson. He goes the short way to second, and that will be the inning. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. Davidson, Garcia, and Donaldson to hit. Remains 3-0 Mets. Davidson's down swinging. Here's Garcia. Garcia puts good wood on it, but it will expire about 10 feet shy of the warning track in right field and be caught by Jorge Soler for the second out. Josh Donaldson will hit with nobody on and 2 outs. And he's going to change the fact that there's nobody on as he gets that ball into the right center field gap. He's going to trot into second base standing up with a double. Josh Donaldson, let's go. So JD will be in scoring position for Mike Trout. And Mike Trout has another home run. This man is on fire. It's Mike Trout's world, and the rest of us are all just living in it right now. He now has 49 home runs on the season. That's a 2-run shot. It's 5-0 New York Mets. Miguel Gonzalez will hit. So he bounces it to the first baseman on the full count pitch. That's going to be the inning, but not before Mike Trout goes yard for a 49th time this season. And like the 300th time this week, I mean, the man is just crushing it. And it's 5-0 Mets. So Dustin Ackley, Jacob Weinstein, and Devin Shaw will hit. Garcia gets himself another strikeout. He has 9 on the day. Weinstein's going to hit it on the ground to Castro, but that one will be bobbled. Yeah, Mike Trout's just killing it. How's it going, Johnny Fury? Hope you're having a good Friday evening. Mike Trout is just carrying us to the National League Eastern Division title here. We're trying really hard to clinch, and he's getting her done. Garcia will miss there to Shaw, so the Yankees are in business a little bit here with 1 out. We will actually look at some activity in the Mets bullpen. We're going to get Brad Peacock up. Hopefully he is able to retire the pitcher here. The bunt is down. We'll move the runners up. So we do have 2 outs. Jose Iglesias will bat with 2 runners on. Looks like that's going to get down in front of the left fielder, Corey Dickerson. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I chose the Mets randomly for this save. I don't know. I like just choosing random teams, and I've been having a really good time playing with the Mets here. So obviously, if you scroll down a little bit in the channel, you'll see there was it was like an inaugural fantasy draft at the beginning, and we lucked out and got the first pick in 2012. If you're going to have the first pick, you got to take Mike Trout. Oh, so we're getting into a little trouble here. Yame is going to actually need to come out of the ball game. Iglesias moves up to third. Oh no, sorry, he scores. Billy Butler cashes him in. So we're gonna actually go out and have a talk with our man, and then bring in Brad Peacock. Brad Peacock has been one of the stoppers of the. I think I'll have to look back, but I believe David Wright was somebody we traded for either in 2012 or 2013. I'll have to take a look, but I believe I did pick him up at one of the deadlines. But yeah, I mean, there's no not taking Mike Trout in that spot. Brad Peacock is going to try to get us out of it here. So Kyle Schwarber will bat with 2 outs in the inning and Billy Butler standing on second base. He is going to have a 1-2 count here, though. And it's hit on the ground over to Matt Davidson. He takes it over to first base, and that's going to be the inning. So Peacock's spot probably won't come out. He's typically able to give us 1+ innings, sometimes 2. So we are going to have him out there for the top of the 6th. For us, it will be Dickerson, Castro, and Fowler. So a couple quick outs are recorded there by the Yankees pitcher, and Dexter Fowler is going to get a chance to hit here with 2 outs. The 1-2 coming home. He'll be swung on and missed. So we are going to leave Brad Peacock in here. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. As we move to the top of the 6th, it's going to be Soler, Pogue, and Ackley. The 2-2 comes home. Down goes Soler. And Peacock gets Pogue, so hopefully he can get Ackley and get us out of this inning. Couple quick strikeouts and a ground ball to the first baseman Davidson gets Brad Peacock out of the inning. His spot will come up here in the 6th, so we definitely won't be sending him out to pitch the 7th. It will be Glenn Perkins. Scratch that. It's going to be Ryan Cook to face the 3 righties at the bottom of the order. Cook, a fairly reliable reliever, who we hope can get us through the 7th. We will send out Addison Russell, Matt Davidson, and the pitcher's spot here. So Russell not able to do anything there. Here's Matt Davidson. Davidson will get it past the third baseman and down the line. That'll be extra bases. He's going to slide into second with a double, so gets himself into scoring position. And we will send up a pinch hitter. I think it's going to be Rougned Odor to face the righty. Odor has had some success lately in the games just before what we see there. He actually had 3 games with home runs in a row, so Odor has had some recent success, hoping he can cash in the runner in scoring position. He will at least get himself an infield hit and move Davidson over to third, so Donaldson's going to get a chance to cash him in. 2-2. That should get the job done. And it will. So Davidson will score on the Donaldson sac fly, and it's 6-3 Mets. As Trout, who has just been breaking the game lately, stands into bat, but does not do so here as he pops it up on the infield, and it'll be caught by the first baseman Butler to end the inning. So that's that for the Mets in the 6th. Ryan Cook's going to come in for the 7th inning, and he's going to face the bottom part of the order. So actually Espindola, Mario Espindola will pinch hit here for the Yankees, followed by Devin Shaw in the pitcher's spot. Cook's going to come home with a 1-0. And that one will hang up for Mike Trout. So Ruben Reyes also going to get a chance to pinch hit. It's going to be a 3-0 that he sees, and he will see a 4th straight ball and trot down to first base. Another pinch hitter for the Yankees here. Ryan Cook induces a fly ball to right field off the bat of Angelo Baleo for the 2nd out of the inning. Here's the 1-2 to Iglesias, hit on the ground to Donaldson, tossed over the short way to second, and that'll be the inning. So that's that. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Gonzalez, Dickerson, and Castro, and we're gonna get Glenn Perkins up to try to close them down in the 8th so that we can get to our closer in the 9th. Unless we tack on some more runs, which we'd be thrilled to do. Gonzalez will stand in, seeing the 2-2. Hit on the ground at first, though. And fired over to the covering pitcher, Urban Santana, for the out. Santana coming in here to take over. He's got a 1.08 ERA over 25 innings. Corey Dickerson just lofts it behind second base. And the center fielder Espindola will make the catch. 2 away in the 7th inning. Starlin Castro, the 1-2 coming home. He will miss it. So Glenn Perkins is going to come in to face Billy Butler, Kyle Schwarber, and Jorge Soler in the Yankees half of the 8th inning, 3-1. The Mets' magic number is 6 right now. So we're trying to clinch the division. We probably are going to be doing it next week. Feeling pretty good about that. Perkins comes home and he gets Schwarber swinging with Billy Butler on first. Here's Jorge Soler, 2-1. That one's on the ground. Looks like it might be trouble, and it will be. So an infield hit by Jorge Soler. It's Butler on second, Jorge Soler on first. For Chad Pogue, the 2-2 from Perkins. Oh dear. So Perkins is not having his best outing. That's going to score a run. It will make it 6-4. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get Nikolai Costa up. If we need him for a 4-out save, we will use him. 2 runners on for Nunez. Only 1 down. 1-2. Hit in the air. Trout. So Trout is there. And he's able to get it in quickly enough to not move the runners up. This will be Glenn Perkins' last hitter, regardless of what happens. Grandal hits it in the air, so Perkins will be able to get out of the inning as Trout ranges over to make the catch. So that's that. It will be Fowler, Russell, and Davidson. We will have Costa come in to try to slam the door in the 9th. And Fowler is able to get himself an infield hit. Not going to chance running here. Couple quick fly balls to left field, and there are 2 outs for Irvin Santana. Sure, Costa is ready to go. Had I left him warming up, he would have went to tiring, and that's no good. We will have Carlos Beltran come in and hit for Glenn Perkins with Fowler on first. He's going to be swinging for his pitch, and he gets it down the line. He beats the shift. Is it going to be enough? How's that that does not look very shallow. Since it's very shallow and his arm is great, we won't run. But I mean, the graphic has me thinking that ball was very deep. I don't know. I'm not going to argue with the with the text. Donaldson's going to see an 0-2. That's going to end the inning. Yeah, we've been able to put together a pretty good team. This is the 5th season, or sorry, the 4th season, and we've had a bunch of success. Donaldson, I mean, he's not hitting the home run. Like, he doesn't have the power that you would expect out of 2015 Josh Donaldson. And same goes for, like, we've got Prince Fielder on this team. We picked him up partway through the season, and again, same deal. Like only a 742 OPS for us. His OPS was 100 points higher for the White Sox when he picked him up. Also, like, he's not been like crushing the ball, so we're kind of sad to see that. When we look at some of these guys, like Beltran's 38 years old here, right? So he's getting into the twilight of his career. Addison Russell, we've just picked up. He's in his rookie season, basically. Like, was killing it at AAA. We were hoping he was going to have a better time up at the show. Castro's in his walk year, so we're about to lose him. Yeah, we've got some good hitters. Dickerson is just killing it for us. We've been really happy with his performance. This is just a call up. He's early on. Actually, the guy who you might not know is really good. This is a generated player. This is a catcher with 80 contact. He's gonna have 70 home run power eventually. He's a captain. Like, this generated player is gonna be our franchise cornerstone, because Mike Trout, as good as he is, we're gonna have to see if we can actually sign him. The nickname on Gonzalez. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a great nickname. Trout is going to end up being really, really expensive. He's about to get a big raise in arbitration to 24 million, and then in his final year of arbitration, he's predicted to get like 33. He's going to want like 38 or something per when free agency comes. I really will want to sign him because like he's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday, and it'd be nice to have him as a member of the New York Mets in this save. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. In the meantime, Nikolai Costa is going to go out there and try to slam the door and record his 27th save of the year. He will face Mark Ellis, the pitcher spot, and Jose Iglesias to try to do so. So let's see what happens. It'll be a 2-2 to Mark Ellis. And it's hit on the ground. Donaldson is not able to handle it, though. That's the third error by Josh Donaldson in 2 games, so not having the best time with the glove. Ellis will reach on the error. Paul Brookhouse will be the pinch hitter for the pitcher spot. The 2-2. Costa gets the strikeout. So Iglesias will bat. And that pitch gets away from Gonzalez. Ellis moves up to second. Not what you're looking for. The 1-0 turns into a 3-1. Hit on the ground. Starlin Castro gobbles it up and fires it on to Davidson for the second out of the inning. So Mark Ellis stands on third base. Billy Butler is currently last hopes in the 9th for the New York Yankees. Here's Costa, 2-1. Hit on the ground to Castro. Plays it on to first. That will be the ball game. So the New York Mets are able to take the series over the New York Yankees 2-1. And Carlos Beltran, big milestone day for Carlos Beltran. He gets his 2500 hit. So that's the entire talk of the write-up there. As far as the hitting for the team goes, we record 11 hits on the day. Donaldson, Trout, and Fowler all have multi-hit efforts. So excellent jobs by all 3 of them. Miguel Gonzalez with a hit in there. Yamia Garcia on the day will go 4 2/3, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. He did have 9 strikeouts and 2 walks over his 100 pitches, so pretty solid outing. Would have liked to get a little bit more length out of him, but the pitch count was running up, so we had to go to the bullpen, all of whom were shut down other than Perkins. Peacock with an exceptional performance with his 1 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts. And of course, you're going to give that player of the game to Mike Trout. He's hitting his 49th home run of the season on the day. So a great job by the Mets. So we end up going 5-1 on the stream. So we complete 2 series as we were talking about. That's going to be about it for me for this particular stream. But we do win 5 games. We end up 8.5 up on the Phillies. The Phillies do end up with a win here today against the Braves. So that just keeps us at 8.5 up on the Phillies. Our magic number is reduced to 5, so feeling great about that. We are going into a series. So the Braves are going to come in for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series coming up. The Braves have been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, 29.5 games out of first. So hopefully we're able to win at least 2 out of 3 there. And the Phillies, well, the Phillies have an off day, and then they play the Marlins, so they're actually playing the team that's in the basement of the division. So maybe they're not going to be dropping too many games there, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, we should be clinching the division somewhere in this coming week, at which point we're going to be looking to rest some of our hitters. So some of the guys like Davidson, Leos Martin, Keon Broxton will start to get some starts. And we may even be looking to AAA to bring a guy in to be a starting pitcher to start off the mound in a couple of those games. When we start to try to line the rotation up for the playoffs, but we are sitting at 93-56, so feeling good, 93 wins. Just to take a look at the recent history of the team, we did win the World Series, so the New York Mets did win the World Series at the very beginning of the save, and we've had success the entire way. This has been at the we have sort of had to treat our farm system as a place where we want to trade all the nice pieces away. We've got the 24th system in the league right now, so We are going to be looking to restock the farm in this coming off season, but I mean, right now we are in win now mode, and we're going to try to bring home the second World Series of recent history for the New York Mets, but we will see how that goes. But as I said, that's going to be it for me for this stream, so I really appreciate everybody hanging out. If you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to follow the stream so you know when we're going live. As far as that goes, that's probably going to be Saturday afternoon, where we will continue our trek to the playoffs. But in the meantime, thank you very much for hanging out. I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll talk to you later.